fresh, pure, natural taste. Nothing beats a bud.
Well, welcome back to the cage, where this crowd is nothing short of apoplectic. The Curry Hicks Center, they call it the cage. And we are getting ready for what should be a very good interconference game. There's the starting lineup for the Raging Cajuns. No surprises.
Todd Hill, last year's Sun Belt Tournament MVP at 6'9". He can shoot the three, which will force the defense to extend.
And there's Marty Fletcher, who was the Sun Belt Conference Coach of the Year last year. He's had a great run there. And the Advil starting lineup for the University of Massachusetts.
Tony Barbee, 5th place all-time on UMass's scoring list, and he's a very, very versatile performer.
All right, so we're ready to kick it off. There is John Calipari. He was the Atlantic 10 Coach of the Year last year, led UMass to their first NCAA appearance in 30 years. Ready to kick it off. Jumping in center will be Boudreau against Lou Rowe. That's Kellogg.
USL is going to open up in man-to-man. We'll see a lot of man-to-man from them. Some zone just to keep UMass off balance.
Kellogg gets it. He's not a shooter, but he gets off to a quick start. They will press immediately.
Once you beat the pressure, you got to make the defensive team pay.
Todd Hill to Allen. It goes.
The little guy not afraid to go in the traffic.
And pressure also from the Cajuns. Handled well by Massachusetts. Williams gets off to a quick start. Harper Williams, who has come back and in 2 games has been spectacular since the injury.
Shooting 77% from the floor. Everybody's going to sign up for broken hands in this UMass team.
You got it. Todd Hill, their excellent forward, handles the ball well outside. Thrown away, but Starks gets it. Tony Barbee on the rebound. Williams underneath, and he is fouled. It looked like Macchione getting the foul.
Macchione, the defensive stopper for USL inside, and if they allow Harper Williams to get that ball in the paint area, he's too dominant a player, too strong to handle inside.
So Harper Williams goes to the line. He's the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year last year. You see those averages. He missed 9 games with broken hand, as we mentioned to you.
You can see that right hand is still taped, but it hasn't affected him. Very, very strong hands. So that hasn't bothered him.
He gets the second. Again, down low. Instead, it's out to Todd Hill. Good man-to-man defense by the Minutemen.
UMass are really trying to turn up the intensity because it won't take for much for this crowd to really get involved.
Kellogg with the foul, and he's going to have his hands full against Allen tonight.
Got to quit this problem. Allen, who is listed at 6 feet, that's generous. I can assure you, very, very low center of gravity, and Derek Kellogg's got to be very careful of that penetration move by Allen, because he can also stick the 3 if you give him that shot.
The Raging Cajuns would love to run and pick the tempo up as much as they can. Right now, they have to work from a half-court set. That's Allen looking for the shot. Boudreau. It won't go. It's good for 3. Jerome Malloy. So UMass off to an 8-2 lead, but an excellent move to the basket by Boudreau, and they want more scoring from him.
They want to see this game in the upper 70s or 80s. That's their pace, but they got to get a combination of them.
High for the rebound. That was Byron Starks, knocked away by Williams.
Got a foul before the block. Now, that's what USL's got to do, Al. Once the pressure comes, go ahead and beat it, because then you've got the numbers in your favor, and that'll slow the aggressiveness of that pressure down.
Mike Williams, their fine shooting guard off the bench, comes in, as does Dana Dingle. Williams can light it up. He is a terrific scorer.
Energetic, about as energetic as the crowd, John Calipari, and he can really get them going.
Boudreau makes his first. Williams comes in with a 13.6 average, so they'll look for some scoring off the bench from him. And Carol Boudreau, the center for the Raging Cajun, 6'8", 235 from Cecilia, Louisiana. And he makes both of them. So the Cajuns cut back into that Massachusetts lead. It's just 2 now. Williams down low, and he is getting position.
They're playing behind, and they're conceding that pass down low to him. He's too strong to operate in that area once he gets it down low.
They're going to have to deny that, right, John?
They're going to have to front it and get some backside help.
Underneath, excellent feed. And Macion makes the basket.
Well, we talked about USL. They played some good non-conference teams already. North Carolina, Nebraska, Memphis State. So they're used to playing in tough places already on the year.
So Harper Williams has scored 5 of the first 10 points by the Minutemen, and he will leave. Coming in to replace him is Kennard Robinson. And we have got, this is the Mod Squad coming in now.
Well, you've heard of Tulane's posse. Here comes USL's Mod Squad.
Wholesale changes.
They'll play about 4 or 5 minutes, and ordinarily you won't see this group as a unit inserted anymore in the game.
Tony Morris, Sean Griggs, Fred Lilly, Otis Lanier all pop in. And Brian Collins. They'll play for a few minutes to see if they can just change things a little bit. That's Griggs going to the basket. It is taken away by Robinson.
Ordinarily, there's much emotion on this game. The first 5 minutes you spend just burning off that excess emotion. Then you start settling down.
No foul called. Lou Rowe might have wanted one. The Cajuns, as is their wont, push it up court. Tony Moore misses. It'll go. And the foul.
Well, good follow-up that time by Lilly. Good offensive rebound and went strong to it. And what the Mod Squad does, Al, this is a group, just you're looking basically to stay even or within 2 points of when they go in. They're looking for enthusiasm, and the other team's got to still spend a lot of energy with their regulars. So when you bring, Marty Fletcher brings his regulars back in, John Calipari's guys, they've been out there the whole time. So hopefully you've got an advantage when you bring your starters back in.
Calipari not happy about this. Lilly misses the free throw. And UMass brings it up. That's Mike Williams. He'll want to shoot. Takes it all the way, and he's got it. So off the bench comes Mike Williams for his instant offense. And almost makes the steal.
Well, both teams showing they like to run up and down the floor. USL really likes this pace much more to their liking.
Marty Fletcher.
Shot clock's going to be reset.
Marty's got a very upbeat tie. Does that mean they're going to run even more?
That is up-tempo, to say the least. He's 3-0 with that tie.
There you go. And they are on a 3-game winning streak. They've won 5 of their last 6, have the Cajuns. Otis Lanier.
This is a good team. They beat Oklahoma in the NCAA tournament last year, so they are capable of winning big games. Very explosive team.
Lanier driving. Kicks it back out to Griggs. A transfer from LSU. Lilly, yes.
Well, the Mod Squad has done their part. They've come in and kept this game close.
A foul as Williams drives the lane.
Lanier will pick up the foul. Williams is doing a good job, Al, of penetrating. Right now, USL having trouble stopping that ball penetration.
So the score is tied at 12-12. The Mod Squad has kept the Cajuns in there, but they'll depart. We'll be back after this.
With this blindfold
Cajuns and UMass are tied at 12-12, and Mike Williams made a good entrance, didn't he?
Does a good job. Once Lanier tries to gamble, nobody's going to pick up Williams, does a smart thing, drives all the way. That's too easy. But good recognition by Mike Williams.
And there are some of the fans that have come out here for the final game of the Cage. UMass will be moving to the Mullen Center, a beautiful facility just down the street here on the campus. And Harper Williams gets a nice entry pass in. It is blocked. But Carol Boudreau will be ticketed for the foul, I believe.
That's the second relatively easy play that Williams has come up with. Nobody picked him up off the screen right underneath their basket. That's far too easy. Marty Fletcher, though, he's got to be pleased early on, again, with this very, very predominantly home court crowd here. His team has not been rattled early on.
Not at all. They played with poise. Mike Williams gets the first one. Young man who came in with a 13.6 scoring average off the bench. He gives them some instant offense.
The thing about this home court crowd, what it does, it turns the runs. It turns 4- and 6-point runs into 10 and 12. It turns one turnover into 2 or 3 before you can stop it.
That one won't go, and Starks with the rebound. Uh-oh. That one goes awry, and that's just the kind of air you really don't want to ignite a rally.
That's all unforced.
So with a 1-point lead, the Minutemen put it into play. That's Tony Barbie with the ball. Original starting lineup in, with the exception of Dana Dingle.
A lot of movement and screens for UMass. They do a good job rubbing people off screens.
And Allen, the point guard, with a rebound. Todd Hill from three-point land, and it'll go.
If he can hit that shot at 6'9", that'll extend the defense out. There won't be that much help inside that paint area.
Came in averaging 14.8. There's Harper Williams where he wants to be in the paint. Can't get the shot off.
Got help defensively that time, and Williams made that spin move.
Harold Boudreaux with the unenviable job of watching Williams, and he watches that one go in.
Just too strong again to operate with a single man in that paint area.
Michael Allen. And he is an excellent penetrator in addition to being a good jump shooter.
He struggled a little bit offensively the last 2 games, but it looked like he's picked it up tonight.
Allen averaging 22 points a game.
Now Boudreaux at 6'8", he is not a slender fella. He's a stocky guy in there, but just too quick and too strong as Harper Williams.
Kellogg comes back in, as does Lou Rowe, who comes in with 2 fouls. And there is Harper Williams taking a seat on the bench. And for the Cajuns, Carol Boudreaux goes to the Pines. Brian Collins comes in, 6'10" sophomore. So wholesale changes on both sides.
We're on an extremely quick pace with 14 minutes plus. We're well beyond the 50-point halftime pace.
And the Cajuns with a 2-point lead. They're thrilled to be there at this point. Barbie, beautiful pass to Dingle, and he gets it, and he is fouled. So he'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
Very unselfish ball movement right here by UMass. Barbie, he's got a good shot, but he sees Dingle with a better one. Collins got caught in between. He never established his position. He wasn't trying to block the shot. It got caught in between, and that's a strong move for the freshman, Dana Dingle.
So Dingle goes to the line. He is close now to his season average there. And gives UMass a 1-point lead. Michael Allen, who has had an excellent first half so far here, but they want him to distribute more than score. They'd like to get other people involved in the scoring if they can. That's Hill. Williams with the rebound. Barbie for 3 points. Dingle on the floor. It's everywhere. The ball will probably belong to the Cajuns.
What a job John Calipari has done in resurrecting this UMass program.
You heard him a little bit there. We've got John Calipari mic'd, and from time to time you should hear his comments. Allen, top of the circle, it won't go. And UMass running a little bit more perhaps than some might have thought. Nice pass underneath the road. He's got it. And the foul on Brian Collins.
Well, this is just an example of UMass beating USL back down the floor. Lou Rowe strong, got there before Collins, and Collins not strong enough to deny the 3-point play. Got to get there before the offensive man does.
Sean Griggs and Tony Moore check in for the Cajuns. USL now down by 3, and there you see Lou Rowe, who has really come on in recent games. And there he makes it to make a 3-point play. He's averaging 17 points in his last 5 games, Lou Rowe, and really has been a significant addition offensively to that front line.
He has just had 5 straight games in double figures for the Minutemen.
4-point lead for Massachusetts. Collins won't take that one.
USL needs a good shot this trip. They really haven't had a good look at the basket the last 2 trips down court.
Good man-to-man defense forces an off-balance shot by Tony Moore, and it won't go. Rowe underneath, follows his own shot. Strong move, can't get up there with it though. A lot of pushing and shoving. It's a physical game underneath, John.
These two teams not afraid of each other. They won't back down. Probably a smart move by Michael Allen, slowing it down just a little bit. They didn't get a good shot last trip either. Need one this trip.
Allen banks it and gets it.
When he's on, that's as high a percentage shot as you want to see from the Raging Cajuns.
6 points for Michael Allen so far in this game. He's averaging 22.6 coming in. Kellogg. Rowe underneath, strong move, and he's got it.
You can see the inside strength really coming through for UMass. They're doing a good job following up and hammering in that paint area.
Lou Rowe with 5 points, starting to show that offensive potential that he has shown so well in the last 5 games. 4-point lead for Massachusetts. They extend their defense to push Allen out a little further. Nice pass underneath, and it will be a foul on Tony Barbie, I believe. A foul on Barbie, and we've got more substitutions. Harper Williams comes back in the game, as does Kennard Robinson and Jerome Malloy. Brian Collins sits down for the Cajuns. Sean Griggs back in for the Cajuns. Macchione with 2 points so far in this game. Shooting 65% from the line. And he gets that one. Trying to reduce it to a 2-point lead is Cedric Macchione. No, he doesn't.
I tell you, I didn't like him showing directions, distracting his concentration at the free throw line.
Should be thinking about the shot. Nice block, but it almost goes. Harper Williams strong underneath. It won't go. Todd Hill gets it. Hill from 3. And Williams cleans up the boards. Foul down underneath. And that's a 7th team foul now on the Raging Cajuns, so it'll be 1-1 for Jerome Malloy.
Jerome Malloy to the line for the Minutemen, shooting 1-1.
Interesting, John Calipari said that in Harper Williams' absence, different people stepped up to have big games. Malloy had a couple of big games during that stretch.
And he was very happy with Tony Barbie's leadership qualities when Williams was out. And they went 7-2 with Williams out.
He also said that he thought Williams may have taken a little bit for granted, was not as dominating a player early in the year before the broken hand. Maybe taking things for granted, a little better appreciation after sitting out.
That one is knocked out. And we will go to break. UMass leading 23-20. We'll be back. And ESPN at the Paul Blue Demons, who lost to UMass last time out, taking on a great Cincinnati team. Good Missouri Valley matchup, Southern Illinois and Southwest Missouri State.
Ashraf Amaya for Southern Illinois, the player of the year last year in the Missouri Valley, back again.
A couple of excellent games Saturday here on ESPN. Check them out. Al Bernstein along with John Albright here at the final game at the Cage, the Curry Hicks Center here in Amherst, Massachusetts. UMass will be moving to their new Mullins Center, but right now they got their hands full with the Raging Cajuns. They're leading 23-20 against USL.
Yeah, right now, UMass has not been able to go on one of their big runs in this facility that they're so noted for. USL, every time things have not quite gone their way, they've done a good job of answering with some key buckets.
John, are you surprised that UMass has done better running than the Cajuns?
Yes, somewhat, because their game, they really like to take it in, but they've really done it only when it's there. They haven't forced the run if it's not there.
Pass by Barbie, knocked away by Griggs.
And that pass was forced and telegraphed.
That's because they heard you. Starks, he gets it. He's a very good shooter from that range. Has only taken 4 3-point shots all year, which is strange for a guard.
Ordinarily, you like to launch it a little bit more often from 3 than that.
Kellogg, he tried it for 3, and it was nowhere near. So only 1-point lead for UMass, and Michael Allen. A blocking foul on Kellogg.
That's the quickness factor we were talking about. Kellogg in a one-on-one with Allen. He's not as quick.
Second foul on Kellogg. He's having a hard time handling things. 15 foul. You take a look at some NBA scores.
Phoenix just keeps on going.
And the Kings doing better than anyone expected, huh? Michael Allen, who has 6 points so far in this game, and has distributed the ball pretty well, but his teammates have not always made the shots. Hill looking inside, and he'll go for it from about 14, and it is off. Nice work underneath by Griggs.
Griggs was a freshman on the first-team all-defensive team in the SEC, and then transferred after his first year.
Not known for his offense, but a nice move on the inside. Specializes in steals.
Impressively, USL with a 1-point lead.
Cajuns, who were down by 4 a few moments ago, take the lead.
Got an offensive call.
That will be on Kennard Robinson for pushing off. And even if you didn't, and there's John Calipari, he probably doesn't like a lot of what's going on in this court right now. There is Rowe coming in as we look at some of the college scores.
A little Ivy League action playing on Friday nights.
And so with a 1-point lead, Michael Allen brings it up for the Cajuns.
Well, USL only had one really bad stretch when they came back from Hawaii. They really were tired. They had a chance to rest. Those 3 straight games coming back, plus the last game against Jackson State and Hawaii. They've rebounded nicely since then.
They had 8 games in 15 days, and Marty Fletcher said it really took its toll on us. There's Williams going into the paint, and he is fouled. And a technical. Technical called on the Cajuns. Marty Fletcher, not a happy man right now. And that's an understatement. He's having a hard time figuring out what the technical was for, but then doesn't every coach. And Mike Williams will shoot the technical. Carol Boudreau comes out. Williams hits the tee. Now he's got his shot. 4th foul, I believe, on Boudreau. Williams hits another.
Griggs got the technical foul. It's an unsporting, so that'll go against his personal foul count also.
It's hard to tell who the technical was on. But one thing we know, Marty Fletcher wasn't happy about it.
Well, it's a new rule this year. If a player gets an unsporting technical foul, it goes against his personal 5 towards disqualification. Now they're going to change it. We understand a little better clarification. They're going to say it was on Marty Fletcher, not on Sean Griggs, and that's why Marty Fletcher was so upset.
So that is why Fletcher was distressed. 26-24. Michael Williams puts them ahead by 2.
That helps Griggs out because they didn't go against his personal foul total. But with all of that action, they really didn't pick up a whole lot of advantage.
Underneath, it's good by Williams. 5 points for him so far in this game. And Massachusetts has that 4-point lead back again. to Michael Allen to try and get it back, and he misses.
Now USL's got to show a little more offensive patience. Not the first shot, jack it up. A little more patience.
Collins underneath.
That is patience and a high percentage dunk.
You can't do much better in the high percentage area than that.
Look at Marty Fletcher to our right. He is really active.
So John Calipari, animated as always. His team has a 2-point lead. You'd never know it. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Al Bernstein with John Albright. And as you see, the University of Massachusetts defeating at this moment, 2 points ahead, Southwestern Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. We want to clarify the fact that technical, we have now been told, and this time we're sure, was on Sean Griggs. And so that will be counted against him in his personal foul record.
Half-court trap now by USL.
Good pressure, and it almost produces a turnover. Here comes Barbie. He'll get it.
Credit Dana Dingle with some great effort. He won't get an assist, but he kept that alive.
That's the first basket of the game for Tony Barbie, who came in here averaging 14 points a game. Starks, that's his spot, but it won't go. And Barbie's high for the rebound. 4-point lead for Massachusetts, and that's where Williams wants to work. Just off.
He does a great job squaring up, giving the guard perfect angle for that entry pass.
So the Cajuns might need a basket here to prevent one of those runs you were talking about. And Allen gets a lane to go in. Very physical under there. Starks gets it and scores.
Well, USL's done a good job. Just when they need a basket, they seem to find a way to come up with one right on time.
Starks has 4 now. Barbie from the free throw line. He'll get it. He's got 4. He's starting to heat up, and Tony Barbie is the kind of guy that when he does heat up can really get them going.
Barbie, he's a streak shooter. Very, very versatile performer. Again, coming in, he was 5th place all-time on the scoring list at UMass, so you know he can light it up on occasion.
This is the second meeting of teams in the Sun Belt in the Atlantic 10 Conference. 5 points, and it's a 2-point lead for UMass.
Just pick it up. Too much dribbling in traffic. Pick the ball up first.
Williams underneath, knocked away. Dana Dingle gets it. Offensive on Tony Barbie. Well, it's very physical down there, and we'll take a look at it again.
Look at the action inside. That time Collins does square up. He's got the defensive position, and Barbie's going to get the call. Now, Collins at 6'10", maybe a little acting for emphasis. I'm not sure Barbie can knock him down so decisively.
He's a big dude. That's a 7th-team foul. Calipari not happy about that foul at all.
Well, he was concerned about this game because he wasn't happy with the last couple of days' practice that his team was concerned about the intensity level, and was really worried today at their shoot-around.
Ironically, coming off an excellent performance in their win against DePaul. Little indecision. Starks throws it away. Malloy. That gives him a 4-point lead again.
Well, that's why you don't leave your feet but to do one thing. That's to shoot. Don't leave your feet to pass. 5 points for Jerome Malloy. Nice pass underneath, and Starks gets it. That's 6 for John Starks. Or Byron Starks, excuse me. John Starks plays for the Knicks. Now he can light it up also.
Byron hopes one day he scores as well as John Starks. Nice block by Starks. See, he heard me say it was John Starks. He wants to play exactly like him now. Allen behind the back.
Good defense.
Nice play underneath.
USL just keeps hanging around. They got it all knotted up now at 34.
Cedric McKeown gets his 5th point of the game. And they have tied it, as you said. Rowe from outside. It won't get there. But he hustles back to get the steal. Nice move by Williams.
Well, the ball fake froze the defensive man and he just slashed right through for a bucket. That's 2 times we've seen him with that dribble penetration.
Mike Williams has come off the bench to score 8. That is what he does best, and he has provided it tonight for the Minutemen. Harper Williams will be flagged for the foul, and Collins will go to the line in a 1-on-1 situation.
I'm not sure Coach Calipari agreed with that particular.
Not at all.
He's fiery, and his team really plays off the head coach. They look to him as our emotional leader, and he can be very energetic from the sidelines.
He's done a remarkable job with this program, 2 times for the NIT, then the NCAA, and they won the Atlantic 10 Conference last year. First NCAA bid in 30 years. So this man has done a great job here. If right now he's not too happy.
I like his enthusiasm.
Brian Collins doesn't get that one. Kellogg brings it up. 2-point lead for the Minutemen. Harvey driving and gets it from inside. He's now got 6. And it's a 4-point lead with a little over 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. A first half in which the Cajuns have hung in there strong.
Barbie picking up the foul outside.
Tony Barbie gets a foul.
Now, we talked about Hill earlier on. It's 6'9". He's listed at 6'9". He's actually about 6'7", 6'8". But he's got that 3-point ability. He went around Barbie, who got caught reaching.
The 3rd foul on Barbie, an important moment. I mentioned before that I want to clarify that Boudreau has only 2 fouls. Carol Boudreau, the center for the Raging Cajuns. That's Todd Hill, who will go to the line. He shoots 71% from the line. Well, lots of Super Bowl coverage. Chris Berman, Dan Patrick, Joe Theismann, Tom Jackson. The whole gang will be there every day through February 1st. And that should be a great game. Who do you think is going to win?
3rd time's the charm for the Bills.
I gotta say I agree with the Bills. I agree with you, and it's going to be the Buffalo Bills to win, even though one newspaper told me I picked the Cowboys. I never did. So we will be back to see if the Minutemen can hang on to this slim lead.
Quaker State, what motor oil is unsurpassed in preventing sludge buildup?
Quaker State.
Now, guess what motor oil Bert uses?
Quaker State is one tough motor oil. Good gas.
My dandruff shampoo is good.
Better try something else. Mine really works.
You'd better try something else, like Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it more than all leading brands. Selsun Blue. Doctor recommended #1.
Well, it was only a 30-year break in between NCAA appearances for the University of Massachusetts. They, of course, went last year, did a great job getting to the Sweet 16. There's the guys in 1962 that did it.
Hair's a little bit different back then.
Everything was different back then. And they were, last year, the Atlantic 10 Conference champions and did a great job in the NCAA tournament.
First time that they have done that, beat Syracuse.
Kellogg, triple team. Somebody's got to be open. It's Kennard Robinson, and he will get it. So he comes off the bench, gets his first deuce of the game, and gives UMass a 4-point lead.
The last 250-plus, very important for both clubs. For USL has done a good job hanging around all first half. They don't want this lead to get to 8 or 9. UMass, they like to go in with a run, get the crowd back in. The crowd really has not been able to get involved and influence this team like they want to.
2:40 left to go in the first half. Tony Moore can't get that one. And it is Rowe up for the rebound. Williams allowed to go right in and score an easy layup for his 10th point of the game.
Well, fast break points. The Minutemen 16-2 advantage. They've been selective. When it's there, they pushed it. And USL got to do a better job getting back defensively.
Down underneath. Briggs looking for the shot, and he is fouled by Kennard Robinson. The Delta Faucet halftime report will be following Pepperdine with that terrific conference streak. Iowa, really an amazing game against Michigan State, and an emotional one. And we'll give you an update on Scott Burrell's injury as well. The Delta Faucet report at halftime. Dan Debenham will be there with you. And there's Harper Williams, who has only 6 points so far in this game. He's been a little quiet offensively. And Griggs misses the foul shot.
I think if you're UMass and John Calipari, you look at Harper Williams' offensive absence as a positive, because the other guys have picked it up. You know, it's a matter of time before he can really take over a game if he wants to.
Griggs gets his 3rd point of the game, and it is a 5-point lead for Massachusetts. A 3-point effort by Williams. He falls down in an effort to get a foul. It doesn't work. Good defense by Griggs. That's his specialty, going for steals. And it is off Kennard Robinson, says the referee. And surprisingly, the fans don't agree with him. Neither does that man.
Can't imagine that here at Curry Hicks' cage.
Both coaches have had more than their share of conversations with the referees tonight.
Well, they could have given up their seats because neither one of them has spent much time on it. Both of them very active on the sidelines.
And boy, everybody wanted to get in here. This crowd is about 500 over capacity. I don't know where they're sitting. We had to pay our way in, didn't we?
Don't tell the fire marshal that.
So the Cajuns put the ball in deep freeze for a little bit.
They're so spreading the court right now.
That's Todd Hill to Griggs, going to the basket. Excellent feed by Griggs. Cedric Macchione gets the basket.
Excellent clock management that time. Less than 10 seconds in the shot clock, and they scored.
7 for Macchione, and Williams gets it back again with his 8th point of the game. Well, if they keep getting the ball to Williams down low, he's going to make some good things happen.
Going to have to help defensively, and one person cannot stop him in that paint area.
Under a minute left to go. Working for what is almost the last shot. There will be a few seconds remaining past the shot clock.
Both teams a little tired right now. UMass very content not to press it defensively right now.
But they are working well, spreading the court. I'm not sure Hill didn't travel, but it wasn't called. Instead,
Kennard Robinson going to get the foul.
Robinson with the foul. Number 3 on Kennard Robinson, who has come off the bench here to play well in this first half. 5-point lead for Massachusetts, and Todd Hill will try and cut into that. He's got 7 on the night. Tony Barbee, who's got 3 fouls, will check in.
Situational substitution. They'll have one last opportunity if they want to, UMass, so they'll get Barbee back in for the offensive change.
And if Tony Barbee would foul in these last 23 seconds, John Calipari might take his head off, huh?
It wouldn't be a pleasant halftime, I can assure you.
That's for sure.
Full court press now after the made free throw by USO. This is somewhat of a surprise for UMass.
But they do an excellent job of getting by the pressure. Harper Williams, he's got 10, and he's starting to light it up.
Al, that was a great catch by Williams because Barbee actually fumbled that ball underneath.
6 seconds left. Tony Moore looking for the last shot. He gets it. So the first half with a score that probably the Raging Cajuns would have liked the total. 46-42 for Massachusetts. At least it's a high-scoring game, thinks Marty Fletcher, but they've got to do a little bit better job. We'll be back for the second half.
All right, thanks a lot, Alan John. As we said, the Minutemen lead this one right now by 4. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Delta Faucet Halftime Report. I'm Dan Debenham. Speaking of UMass, this Sunday, the Minutemen are on the road to play St. Bonaventure. Now, the Bonnies are located in Buffalo, and sports fans there do have that other thing going on this Sunday, that Super Bowl thing. And since the Bonnies basketball game tips off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the Bills football game kicks off less than 2 hours later, St. Bonaventure officials are a bit worried about attendance, so they brainstormed and came up with this. Fans wearing Bonnie or Bills clothing gets into the game for $1. Such a deal. And the Bonnies needed a deal tonight, or at least a dunk, or maybe some defense, or maybe a pair of hands. West Virginia wins this one by 36, 92-56 the final. The Bonnies committed 30 turnovers. Ricky Robinson with 16 points, 6 boards. West Virginia went on a 20-0 tear to open up the second half. Well, we'll take a timeout right now, but when we come back, we'll take a look back at the emotional comeback of Iowa, the Hawkeyes, Thursday night beating Michigan State. But our score at the break right now, it is Massachusetts up by 4. We'll be back.
ESPN's NCAA basketball is brought to you by Continental Airlines. One airline can make a difference.
My brother, about to become a father.
So how big can a crib be? Season tickets went on sale today, Mike. Yeah, well, maybe next year. He's gone 5 years straight.
Yeah.
Is this about the kid? This kid get in for free, you know. He's gonna be a little tight. Mike, this year's on me.
Only one beer has the taste as genuine as the people who drink it. Budweiser.
Now, the new little guy's going to every game, right?
Bobby, it could be a girl.
A girl?
I never realized the world was so full of hazards. That's why there's a company like MetLife, because sometimes things do get out of control. Hey! That's why over 45 million people look to Met to be there when things go wrong. That's why you should get Met. It pays.
Buy an international business class seat, and that's what you get. So what's the difference? Continental's new Business First. With the room and comfort of a true sleeper seat. The luxury of international first class, but at a business class fare. Continental's Business First. The business class to Europe that's truly first class. That's the difference.
And welcome back to the Delta Faucet Halftime Report. Now, the longest conference winning streak of all time is held by Kentucky. Back in the 50s, actually the early 50s to the mid-50s, they won 51 in a row. Now, the current mark is held by Pepperdine, the Waves, in the West Coast Conference. They were looking for their 38th straight tonight as they hosted St. Mary's. Let's take a look at what happened in this one. Dana Jones waiting underneath for the pass from Brian Parker. He gets it, and he gets the tip. Waves by 3 at the break. Gales stay in there. Going inside, John Levitt with the dish to Brian Brazier for the jam. Waves start to roll. Steve Guild with the left-handed layup. That's good. Part of a 17-3 Pepperdine run. Gales coach Ernie Kent not happy. Waves crashing. They get the jam. This is, as we said, their 38th consecutive West Coast Conference win. Get this, Steve Guild with 17 points. They are now 14-3 overall, 5-0 in WCC play. Other scores for you, Boise State and Montana State in the Big Sky. This is Boise State by 20. Jermaine Halverson with 16 points. Montana State just shot 36% for the game. Tough to win when you do that. Montana and Idaho, a 1-point win. Montana 54-53. Gary Kane with 14 points in that one. All right, let me see. We talked about St. Bonaventure, St. Mary's. How about St. Peter's? Well, the Peacocks played Siena, the Saints, tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one as St. Peter's comes out strong. Randy Holmes with the steal and the drive, and yes, he will go all the way for the hoop. This is Oyengo Merriman. I said Oyengo with the block, and Luis Rosa with the hoop at the other end. He will get it. He had 13 and a half. Peacocks by 1 at the break. Second half, Lee Matthews tells Brian Bidlingmeyer, I'll take over now. He gets the block. This time he will get the little hook inside. Siena's first lead, 49-47. They get the clincher and the jam. Matthews finished with a game-high 17 points. Yes, they were dancing in the aisles. Siena wins this one 57-52. St. Peter's shot just 36% for that game. A couple of 36% here. Other scores for you. Hartford, loser to Drexel, 80-68. Hartford's big man, Vin Baker, had 39 points and 8 rebounds. Delaware and Vermont, 73-69. Delaware a winner. Delaware wins its 19th straight home game, and yes, that's a school record. Columbia and Yale, 58-45. Columbia over Yale. Yale only had 3 field goals in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Cornell, 74-63, a winner over Brown. Justin Treadwell with 15 points and 11 rebounds in that one. Now, Saturday, we got a couple of great games here for you on ESPN. The main event starts at noon. DePaul at number 6 Cincinnati. Nick Van Exel averaging 17.4 points a game. Southern Illinois and Southwest Missouri State at 2 o'clock. Ashraf Amaya, the all-time free throw leader in Southern Illinois history. Back with some Big East news right after this. Stay with us.
This halftime report is presented by the Delta Faucet Company. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
A small touch, a certain look. It's the little things that are worth the most. Which is why every Delta faucet gives you more than you'd ever expect for the money. Giving you the money for those things you can't even put a value on. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
They ate the same things, got the same heartburn, but his antacid is very different. His Tums has calcium, most antacids don't. Original Rolaids uses an aluminum salt. This uses aluminum and magnesium. So does this. Of all these, only Tums helps wipe out heartburn and gives you calcium you need every day.
Something my body needs anyway. I like that.
Calcium-rich Tums. That's the one you want.
Serious times demand serious men.
Hard work is the reward for hard work.
Tenacity, gumption, discipline.
Sometimes you've got to stop and smell the pizza.
I'm feeling empty. I'm feeling blue. I know it's over, and I know it's through.
Man, now that's the blues.
Next time you want a Diet Pepsi, Ray, all you gotta do is ask.
Now that's the right one, baby.
And welcome back to the Delta Faucet Halftime Report. Big East news, as we promised. UConn starting swingman Scott Burrell will not be in the starting lineup for the Huskies' Saturday matchup against St. John's. Now, Burrell injured his right ankle this past Monday during practice. No word on when he's expected to return. Well, 13 days ago, life for the Iowa Hawkeyes basketball team came to an emotional halt. That's when Iowa's starting forward, Chris Street, was killed in an automobile accident. On Thursday, the Hawkeyes returned to the court for the first time since their teammate's death. On the road against Michigan State, they found themselves down 15 points with 3.5 minutes left in regulation. Now, no one's sure where their collective thoughts were at that point. All we know is it was quite a comeback.
He would have wanted us to go on, and I think we kind of need to not forget Chris, but remember him and use his work ethic as an example and put it towards the rest of the season.
We'd like to all have you stand in a moment of silence for Iowa student-athlete Chris Street.
Skillett, 3 out of 4 in the year from out there. 3 out of 5 now. Earl goes back up. If it goes, it's a chance for a three-point play. Big bucket. Big bucket.
You had the time to learn to shoot the free throws. You just got to walk up with confidence.
Missed them both. And there's nobody home for the rebound except the gold and black of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Barnes, he's going to try to tie it. And he did it!
What a shot. What a shot. I mean, he was way out there.
Time for a last-second shot by Michigan State to try to win. What a game. Zuloff trying to beat it. Stolen by Murray. We're going to overtime. Another steal by Murray. His second of the overtime. Follows his own miss. Barnes again.
Well, they're confident. The Hawkeyes look confident. You look in their eyes right now, and you can see it.
America, we are with you all of the way. Day by day, families belong here, values are strong here. At the Home Shopping Club. Come together, stand stand up for this great land of ours. We shine like stars. You'll feel the spirit. You'll see and hear it. America is proudly coming home. Home Shopping Club.
Best plays and greatest athletes, you decide. ESPN honors all of sport with the American Sports Award, the ESPY, Thursday, March 4th, presented by General Motors and Reebok. Be involved. Watch the next Sports Center.
The Delta Faucet Halftime Report continues as the first of the Grand Slam events is over for the women at this year's Australian Open. This is Monica Seles taking on Steffi Graf, and Monica Seles blazes the backhand return pass Graf to win her third straight Australian Open, 4-6, 6-3, 6-2. Seles is now 8-1 in Grand Slam finals. Of course, we will have the Australian Open men's final for you. That's between number 1 seed Jim Courier and number 2 Stefan Edberg, 10 p.m. Saturday. Rematch of last year's final won by Courier. Of course, we're at the break right now, and Marty Fletcher, this Raging Cajun's a little bit upset. They are down by 4 at the break. Back with the second half right after this.
For all of you with the courage to go it alone, to put your future on the line and your name on the door, there's the corporate card from American Express. Use it for all your business expenses. We'll organize them by category and even provide records of charges. It's a great way for any company to get a handle on costs. Call 1-800-SUCCESS. The corporate card to your success.
This man just woke up in a Residence Inn hotel room. What are his options? He can A, make a cup of fresh coffee in the kitchen. B, walk all the way over to the living room area and start a fire in the fireplace. Or C, shoot some hoops. Okay, let's see what he does. D, none of the above. Residence Inn by Marriott. No other hotel gives you more for less.
You know, I enjoy performing, but I also enjoy working out. That's why I go to General Nutrition Centers and get Cybergenics Phase 1. With Phase 1, you get a training tape and manual plus 5 state-of-the-art supplements. Hey, if this guy can do it, you can do it. Get Cybergenics at GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
Most people know State Farm sells car and homeowners insurance. Some people don't know State Farm sells life insurance, too. I'm State Farm Agent Cecil Burt. Our life insurance policies, our prices, and our financial ability to deliver on our promises, plus the good neighbor service State Farm agents are famous for, have made State Farm one of the largest of all life insurance companies and an outstanding life insurance value.
State Farm sells life insurance.
ESPN's NCAA basketball is brought to you by Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Welcome back. High school news quickly. Ralph Tasker, 73 years old, out of Hobbs High School in New Mexico, is now the all-time winningest coach in high school. He won his 1,027th game tonight as Hobbs High School beat Alamogordo 87-77 in overtime. Congratulations, Coach. Let's get back to Al Bernstein and John Albright. Gentlemen.
Well, thank you, Dan. We are back here in Massachusetts where UMass has that 4-point lead over the Raging Cajuns. And one of the things that has helped them get there is Harper Williams, who really came on toward the second part of that first half.
Really strong down low. He's too tough to handle with just one player. Now watch this move. He's a left-handed player. Ordinarily, he'll swing to his right. Not so. Nice backdoor move that time. And Williams with 11 points in the first half. I don't think they can handle him with just one defensive player.
And USL moved the ball very well also during the course of that first half.
When the Raging Cajuns were patient on offense, spread the floor, took their time to get a good shot, ordinarily it meant a high percentage shot. Now watch them run their offense. Good job right here, patient. Look at the defense. The defense is spread, not a lot of defensive help capable right here. Good job by Griggs. Makion, perfect 3 for 3. Shots like that, that's high percentage. When they spread, the offense did a good job.
Take a look at the first half statistics. Both teams shooting very well, and everything looks pretty identical.
Defense has got to pick up for both teams in the second half. Shooting excellent for everybody concerned. Rebounding pretty close. Turnovers, not a big factor for either club here in the first half.
And there are the leading scorers, spreading it around both teams, although the two Williams boys for UMass. Mike Williams coming off the bench with 10. He was spectacular.
USL, good job of spreading their offense around, and UMass, Harper Williams 5 for 9 in the first half, picking up again on that very high percentage pace. But Al, I think the first team that can come out and really put the defensive clamp should be the team to win this game, because both teams were porous defensively in the first half.
We'll see if they can tighten it up. And ironically, in the first half, University of Massachusetts with 20 fast break points, only 2 for USL, and really the Cajuns were the ones that were supposed to run.
They didn't force it. They just beat USL back down the floor. A lot of times it took advantage of what was there.
So we kick it off here in the second half. That's Michael Allen going in, and nice pass to Hill, but he can't get it. Boudreau underneath. Excellent pass by Barbie underneath. Jerome Malloy is fouled.
Starks got him down low.
Byron Starks.
That's what I'm talking about. UMass just does a better job so far tonight of pushing the ball down the floor, beating USL back. That time the initial break was stopped, but they didn't pick up. John Calipari's team very optimistic. When it's there, they've taken advantage of it.
They've shown their quickness tonight. That is Malloy at the line. He gets the first one.
And I think for UMass, they haven't been able to go on that big run where they've opened it up 10, 12 to 2, 12 to 4 run to really open things up, get the crowd involved. For the most part, the crowd has been somewhat quiet because USL's answered every time they've gotten in trouble.
Malloy hits 2. He's shooting 81% from the line, so that's normal for him. And it's a 6-point lead, the biggest in a while. They beat the pressure, and Todd Hill misses the jam. Oh, my.
That will get the crowd involved in a hurry.
Rowe underneath. He follows. It'll go. And the lead reaches 8.
USL's got to be real careful right now, Al, because UMass is in the midst of a run right now.
They're in dangerous territory, and that was a dangerous pass. Byron Starks can't get it to go. Here come the Minutemen. Lou Rowe decides better against that shot, but Williams underneath will get it. The lead is now 10, and Marty Fletcher may be thinking timeout. No, he wants his team to push it.
This is an important trip right now for USL. Marty Fletcher not going to call timeout. This is a very, very crucial offensive possession.
Michael Allen, when they need a big hoop, he's the guy that gets it, and he draws the foul.
Got a 3-point opportunity that time, Allen. As you mentioned, he just took over. He's the smallest guy on the floor right now.
And the foul is on Harper Williams. Second foul on Williams, and we got some replacements. Mike Williams comes in again, who did so well in the first half, and also Dana Dingle, who gave them some very solid minutes in that first half.
Very talented freshman. And John Calipari's got another one that's sitting out through to Prop 48. Mr. Bright, one of the leading high school players in the nation last year. Looking forward to suiting up next year for the UMass Minutemen.
Nice to have those guys just sitting around waiting to play for you. It's a 7-point lead, a very, very big 3-point effort by Michael Allen. As John said, that was an important trip for them. Harvey looking for the shot. He will not get it, and he will draw a foul. He will shoot 2. Makion with the foul. Number 2 on Makion, and Marty Fletcher looking for some answers. Wants to keep his team in there now because, as you said, a run now would be a big problem.
And the important thing is you can't lose your patience. With 18-12 to go in the game, you don't put the first shot up every time. Be a little more selective. Get a higher percentage shot where you're going to go to the foul line or a good chance to put yourself in offensive rebounding position.
Tony Barbie looking to make the second.
Let's see if UMass comes out full court pressure after the main free throw. They do.
You called it. And they have Allen in a little trap that handles it well. Look how well they got back on defense, though.
That's a key. If you're going to press full court, got to get back.
Carol Boudreau gets 2. Harper Williams wanted the charge, but it wasn't there. The first time these two teams have ever met in basketball, and they're putting on a good show.
Now, that's not the shot you want to see Harper Williams shoot. Takes him right out of rebounding position.
The lead is 7. Williams. Todd Hill from 10 feet, and he gets it. Todd Hill with his 8th point. And they need points from him in this game.
Well, I'm also impressed right now with the poise that USL is showing. They are not rattled even when they got down.
A well-coached team, and they're on a 3-game winning streak, as we said. The 3 of those wins have been in the Sun Belt Conference, where they're 5-3 now, still within striking distance of New Orleans. They're undefeated, but the Cajuns are in 3rd place in their league. There is Barbie. And all of a sudden, those perimeter shots aren't dropping, and the Cajuns are getting their share of rebounds.
1 shot and done right now for UMass. No offensive boards.
Macchione draws the foul, number 4 on Tony Barbie. Very significant moment, perhaps, in this game.
That's tough because Barbie, very, very versatile performer. Certainly one of their offensive leaders, and now he's got to sit down with 16:55 to go.
Along with Harper Williams, Kennard Robinson, and Lou Rowe come in. That's a long, long time, 16 minutes, when your key man has 4 fouls.
And the problem when you bring him back in with 6 or 8 minutes to go, he's been sitting down. You wonder how quickly he can get back in the flow.
Macchione with 7 points in this game. He came in averaging only 5.1, so he's had a good offensive game for them. He's normally their defensive specialist. 6'6", 190-pound senior from Gonzales, Louisiana. Now Mike Williams, who scored 10 in the first half, may look to do some offensive work.
This is where you'd really like to get it inside, get that high percentage shot. UMass going to spread the floor a little bit.
3-point lead for Massachusetts.
Look at the motion. UMass always in constant motion. They do a good job running you off kicks. If you turn your head immediately, you're running right into somebody's chest.
USL staying in the man-to-man. They've been in that much tonight. Good work by Starks defensively. No, bad pass, and Mike Williams will go to the hoop. It's good. 12 points for Mike Williams. Count it and chalk up a foul.
That's the 2nd time tonight we've seen a little ball fake where the defensive man has bought it and he has gone right up with his shot. That's a big play because they were turning out, falling out of bounds, and this is a dying duck right there that Williams does a good job picking. Watch the ball fake. Turn his back. That's like a defensive back in football, turning your back on the quarterback. Bad things are going to happen to you quickly.
That's for sure.
He's done it twice now. The next time you got to make him throw the ball. Pass him.
5-point lead for Massachusetts, and Mike Williams goes to the line. And he makes it. So make the lead 6. Wholesale changes for the Cajuns. Pressure, almost a steal. Fred Lilly could have been a backcourt there. They didn't call it. Terrible pass taken by Kennard Robinson.
Got away with one, but not for long.
So all the reserves now feeling the pressure. Bad shot by Michael Williams. And who is the arrow pointing to? Well, when we come back, we'll have more. 6-point lead for UMass.
The reviews are in, and this new Toyota is a winner. Automobile Magazine calls it a global success. Motor Trend calls it a car with definite family influences from Camry and Lexus. Detroit Free Press calls it the benchmark. We call it Corolla, presenting the all-new Toyota Corolla. Discover why, after 25 years, it's still impressing all the right people.
Jim, give me a Bud Light.
We're all out.
When it comes to clean, fresh taste that won't fill you up and never let you down,
Bud Light delivers.
A small touch, a certain look. It's the little things that are worth the most. Which is why every Delta faucet gives you more than you'd ever expect for the money. Giving you the money for those things you can't even put a value on. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
Welcome back. And we want to remind you that Scholastic Sports America will have a special signing show. Dan Debenham and Mike Gottfried, our football expert, will be on hand. Take a look at all the high school talent. The early signing period begins February 3rd. They will bring you up to date. That's Monday, 3:30 Eastern time here on ESPN. I'm Al Bernstein along with John Albright. We have got a good one going here, one in which the momentum has swung back and forth a bunch of times in the second half. And Massachusetts got the benefit of that last arrow for possession. And that's Mike Williams looking inside.
Zone look right now for the Raging Cajuns. That's a good job of surrounding Harper Williams with multiple bodies.
They change defenses a lot, and it produces a steal by Allen. A little late with his pass to Starks, and that created that missed layup. Help. Byron Starks a little late, and Michael Allen knows he made a mistake. He's a little distressed with himself. He knows that he should have gotten that pass a little earlier to Starks.
That and Todd Hill, if he would have quit the finger roll and gone up strong, they would have an easy shot. A little too much mustard that time. They call him Thrill Hill. That time a little too much.
Nobody's missed a free throw in the second half. USL 3 for 3 and Massachusetts 5 for 5. 57-51. We've got a little over 15 minutes left to go here in the second half. Massachusetts leading by 6. The last game they'll play here at the place they call the Cage. And they want to make it a winning effort if they possibly can.
USL back to man now.
The Cajuns from the Sun Belt Conference. Massachusetts from the Atlantic 10. Good interconference game. Malloy. Long pass that won't get it done. Bad turnover. 8-point lead now by the Minutemen.
That's going to get some substitutions in the game in a hurry for USL.
Brian Collins will be one of the people that comes in, along with Sean Griggs. Todd Hill goes to the bench, as does Carol Boudreau. So Marty Fletcher making good use of his reserves on the front line.
Yeah, nobody touched that ball, so we'll bring it all the way back down underneath UMass's basket. Let's make sure if this could be a 10-point, 11-point lead with a 3 here.
And ironically, since Barbie picked up his 4th following out, UMass is on an 8-0 run, so how do you figure, huh?
You don't want to play catch-up from double digits in this type atmosphere, so I think the next 5 minutes very, very important for USL. Get this lead back to a manageable situation. 3-4 points.
John, UMass seems like a team that thrives on adversity. A 3-point effort doesn't go for Malloy. When Williams gets hurt, they come back. Good steal by Rowe. In the paint, he's got it. And that lead is, in fact, 10 points.
But what happens when you have a key player go down? Your team either splits up or you come closer together. That's what's happened to this UMass team.
And they did it when Barbie went out with his 4th foul here. Foul underneath. It's on Collins. And USL has got a problem. Number 3 on Brian Collins. Derek Kellogg will check in, replacing Dana Dingle. Kellogg had his best assist game against DePaul the last time out. 10 assists. There's John Calipari. That's his record here at Curry Hicks.
Well, it's like we said today, you'd like to see him do his recruiting at the new place, play in here with that kind of record.
That's
Doesn't work that way, though.
When they fixed this place up about 5 or 6 years ago and made it really a nice gym here, it took away a little of the some of the old-fashioned charm, but made it a much better arena for them to play in. Rowe has it knocked away, gets it back again. Just won't go for him. When this building was in its previous state, they used to have a dirt running track. When the ball went out of bounds, if it went in the dirt, they'd have to wipe it off before they gave it to the other team. It was an interesting place.
You played for the love of the game in that situation.
For sure. Starks misses from three-point land. Only his 5th three-point effort all year. He's missed them all. Harper Williams is fouled going in by Macchione. Harper Williams can take over a game when he's down in the paint, can't he, John?
Well, he does such a good job of swinging either way. If you shade him to the right, he goes the other way. And he's so strong, as you mentioned. Now watch, shading him, going to reverse it. No way Macchione can get there in time. And again, you got to have help defensively. You cannot play behind him, which concedes that entry pass. Got to have help on either side.
4th foul for Macchione. 13 points now for Harper Williams. So he is starting to inch toward his average, which is 17.3. Kennard Robinson coming in. He comes in with 3 fouls, takes over for Jerome Malloy. A lot of versatility for UMass. Here they bring in a big guy for a guard. They can play with a lot of different combinations.
They've got some interchangeable people. You're right.
Williams misses. He shoots 74% from the line.
And John Calipari, interesting point. He felt that Harper Williams maybe took a little something for granted this year. Player of the year in the Atlantic 10 last year. After he got hurt, came back with a little more enthusiasm, a little more hunger after something was taken away from him because of the injury.
Well, they're now on an 11-0 run, UMass, since Barbie went out with his 4th foul. He may start to get worried about his starting spot at this point. Good rebound by Kennard Robinson, and we're in the danger territory now for USL. There is 12:51 left. They're down 62-51.
Watch Harper Williams operate inside. Good post up. Again, not getting a lot of help defensively.
Williams underneath. He gets it over Brian Collins. 15 points for Harper Williams, and they just can't stop him in the paint.
Again, if you're not going to help him out defensively, you're going to have problems. One person cannot do it. You got to have help from that backside.
13-point lead. Brian Starks looking for the shot. Contested, tough shot. And there is Rowe for the rebound. Good steal by Todd Hill. Starks gets it. That was a tough one to put in.
He got a very fortunate bucket there because he actually hit the rim. Lucky that went in.
10 points for Byron Starks. The lead is now 11, 64-53 for UMass. Williams underneath. He is just unstoppable.
He's a one-man wrecking crew right now.
There's a foul on Williams. So Harper Williams gets another foul.
That's a fatigue foul. Look how tired he is.
It's his 3rd foul. Yeah, so they'll give him a little rest now.
Caught reaching that time. When you get tired defensively, you'll reach rather than move your feet, get in position.
John, is part of that the fact that this is only his 3rd game back and he's not quite in game shape yet?
Could well be. There's nothing, you can't duplicate conditioning that the game will give you. And yes, he's still feeling himself a little bit in terms of getting back in the flow, the normal rhythm. You can see he's really breathing hard. In a couple minutes, he'll be back in.
Done a great job. There is Kennard Robinson, who gave him some good minutes. Jerome Malloy comes back in for him. Small lineup now on the court, or smaller anyway. Todd Hill 3 for 4 from the line. He's got 8 points tonight, and he hits another one.
Well, for USL, with about 4 or 5 minutes to go, they need to be about the 6-7 point range. Down by 12 at the moment.
There's Rowe for the rebound. He's had a good night on the boards. Wide open is Malloy, but knocked away by Boudreau. So USL with a chance now to cut it to 10. A little over 11 minutes left to go in this game. Tony Moore drives. And Mike Williams ticketed for the foul. He doesn't like it. So when we come back, Tony Moore will be at the line. And his Cajuns are down 66-54.
Both Visa and American Express Gold cards can get you to England for the golf vacation of your life.
Charlie, how did your yank do? Well, we're up on the ninth, see? And he wants to be up in two. So he puts everything he's got into the shop, including his new graphite driver.
But should you have a stroke of bad luck, only Visa Gold can get you back on course. Because Cape Cornwall's only pro shop doesn't take American Express.
Here's a grip on it.
Visa Gold. It's everywhere you want to be.
This is your life, and not a bad one at that. You find the things that work for you, and you stick with them. Like your Toyota Extra Cab Deluxe. It has the power and the payload you need. Plus a reputation for dependability, that's a well-known fact. All the signs of a great relationship.
Guess what motor oil gives you unbeatable wear protection? Give him a clue, Bert. Quaker State. What motor oil is unsurpassed in preventing sludge buildup?
Quaker State.
Now, guess what motor oil Bert uses?
Quaker State is one tough motor oil. Good gas.
We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot. We're in the money. The skies are sunny. We've got a lot of what it takes.
Well, we are happy to be here at Amherst, Massachusetts, where UMass is doing a good job. And a big Monday here on ESPN. Georgetown and St. John's, Big East matchup with Georgetown trying to climb back into the top 10. They're hovering in the top 20 or around it. And number 1 Kansas, Walters is as slick a guard as you want against Missouri. Norm Stewart's got his team playing well. And more Midnight Madness. New Mexico State, Sam Crawford, terrific point guard against Utah State. That's Midnight Madness here on ESPN. And we get back to action here with University of Massachusetts ahead by 12, and the Raging Cajuns from USL trying to cut into that lead.
Patience, very, very important for USL. Don't want to jack up the first shots if they're work the offense, get a good percentage shot.
Michael Allen is the man they call on when they need a basket. He has 11 points, really not the total they'd like from him at this point.
Like to see him maybe have a little more offensive output.
Massachusetts shooting 44% in the second half, only 31% for USL. That explains a lot. Malloy, he gets it.
Beat the zone trap that time, got a good bucket.
Jerome Malloy, the 6'3", 170-pound sophomore. Boy, John Calipari likes to see him around for a couple more years. It's a 12-point lead, and still a 12-point lead, and yet another rebound for Lou Rowe. Williams underneath. He will be fouled by Griggs.
I don't know who jumped higher that time, Harper Williams or John Calipari. Had a great view of him right here. And at the same time, both of them left their feet.
He is animated, isn't he?
Oh, you like that. A lot of enthusiasm, excitement for the game. Again, I think his players really feed off that enthusiasm and excitement.
There's Harper Williams. And it rolls in. Williams has performed very well in this game as he has in the last 2 since he came back from having a broken hand. He was out for 9 games.
Got a lane violation.
So the last one won't count. It's 69-56. 13-point lead.
All right, USL's got to start making a dent in this lead. They've got the firepower to do it, but they've got to get it going right now.
I mentioned that Rowe had done well on the boards. He has 9 rebounds. And in fact, the University of Massachusetts is out rebounding USL 31-22.
USL got to have more ball movement. Got to have more motion. Everybody standing around.
Boy, Todd Hill needs to hit that one, doesn't he? To loosen things up.
That's 2 makeable shots the last 2 trips down that they haven't come up with.
So UMass comes back with a chance to extend this lead to 15. Wide open is Dana Dingle, and he gets it.
USL gambling with the trap. UMass correctly identifying it and getting the easy baskets. USL quick timeout to talk about.
So the Cajuns say we want to talk things over. They're down by 13 and time is not on their side. 9:08 remaining. We'll be back.
Get ready for an adventure you'll never forget.
Where are we going?
And a cast of characters you'll always remember. See Hollywood's hottest stars in a classic film for kids of all ages. Just think happy thoughts, join in the fun, and get hooked on pay-per-view.
I hate Peter Pan.
After every viewer's choice showing, stay tuned for a backstage look at the making of Hook.
1976, George Cisneros had a stroke. 1990, Stanley Monroe had a stroke. 1982, George Vavilas had a stroke. But stroke didn't mark the end of their lives or their lifestyles. Find out the warning signs of stroke from your American Heart Association. Because the sooner your symptoms are recognized and treated, the faster you'll get back into the swing of things.
ESPN. Top-ranked boxing. Sunday night after the Super Bowl. A four-star night of top-ranked boxing. Star 1, Michael Carvajal. Star 2, Scotty the Bulldog Olsen. Star 3, heavyweight Tommy Morrison. Star 4, Olympic champion Oscar De La Hoya. All on top-ranked boxing. Super Bowl Sunday on ESPN.
Well, I was there for that boxing, and I'm here for this basketball. Al Bernstein along with John Albright, where you see University of Massachusetts with that lead, and here's how they're getting it.
Good recognition. They beat him backside. Dana Dingle with an easy 2 points. Good job of recognizing the pressure and then making the defense pay for the gamble.
Tony Barbee back in the game, and he is playing with 4 fouls. But boy, when he went out, they did a great job. But that's a turnover.
Both teams cooling off a little. Both teams above 50% in the first half, and UMass just under 50 in the second half. But USL really hasn't been able to keep pace.
And when they shoot under 45%, USL struggles, has not done well. And that's true of most teams. Michael Allen. They need some offense from him, and the 10th rebound of the game for Lou Rowe. He is really stepping up in this ball game, as he has been in his last several games. His last 5 games, he's averaging 17 points. Doing well in the rebounding department as well. So with 8:23 left, a 13-point lead, and Massachusetts has the ball.
Now for UMass, now too early to put in the deep freeze, but you can be selective, spread your offense.
Sean Griggs, he is great at steals. As you said, he led the Southeastern Conference in steals when he was with LSU. That turns into a basket for Tony Moore. And John Calipari with a smart timeout. He says, I don't want any runs. So he's ahead by 11, and we'll be back to see if they can win this one at the cage. We'll be back.
Well, we want to be together, but not too close together.
It's their first visit. I have a small car, and they are my parents.
For the way you travel, today more than ever, the smart money is on budget. For the right car at the right price, call your travel consultant or budget. The smart money is on budget.
A small touch, a certain look. It's the little things that are worth the most. Which is why every Delta faucet gives you more than you'd ever expect for the money. Giving you the money for those things you can't even put a value on. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
Here's where Alka-Seltzer Plus fights tough colds. With tough congestion. Tough aches. Tough sore throat.
This is why you need a tough medicine. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine. The leading cold pill only relieves congestion, but Alka-Seltzer Plus relieves congestion, sore throat, sneezing, body aches. That's tough medicine.
You bet it's tough.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine. It's tough medicine. For a cold with a cough, try Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough Medicine.
We are back. Those are the fans here at the University of Massachusetts attending the last game they will attend, the last men's collegiate game anyway here in this building, as UMass moves to the Mullins Center after this. Tony Barbee inbounding the ball. UMass with a 71-60 lead.
USL picking up the defensive pressure. Looking at cheap steal. They can get it. And again for UMass, you don't want to put it in deep freeze. Hard to restart that offense if you put it away.
And of course, the Cajuns are a very quick team. There's Williams underneath. No foul. Great defense. Boudreau will pick up his third foul after Griggs had made the block. Williams is so tough inside there, it's very hard not to foul him.
Watch the help, though. He hasn't gotten this all night. Got the help. Boudreau with the block. And Griggs coming from the backside. That's one of the few times all night we've seen that defensive help inside.
Harper Williams will shoot 2. He has 19 in the game. And he misses again.
Surprised him also. You can see the reaction. Yeah. He didn't expect to miss that shot. Missed them both.
Wow.
Now USL a chance to get it to single digits.
Important trip up for them. Michael Allen with a nice dish off to Griggs. Oh, it won't go. The tip won't go.
Out of bounds. Griggs was already on the baseline when he touched the ball.
Sean Griggs has got quick hands. You mentioned how well he does in the steal department. Marty Fletcher knows this is an important time in this basketball game. 7:26 left. His team is down by 11 in the most hostile environment you could ever imagine. Good job of beating the pressure there. Rowe. Lou Rowe steps up and hits the jumper. He's got 11. So he is in double figures again. For 6 straight games now in double figures. Allen looking for the shot. Nice drive. Good dish off underneath. And Griggs gets it.
It's on the dribble penetration by Allen. Set up that assist.
7 points for Sean Griggs. Came in here averaging only 4.3. When he penetrates, it's a whole different story, isn't it, John?
Does a good job, and it puts the defense at odds once you get by that initial man.
Another foul by Boudreau. I believe that is his 4th. It is his 4th. Michael Williams will check in the ballgame. There is Carol Boudreau, and there is Michael Williams, who is moving in, and Derek Kellogg will take a seat on the bench. Williams with 11 points.
Double-figure scoring game.
He has done an excellent job in recent games. Just a sophomore.
John Calipari jumping up and down, jumping jacks, trying to get his guys to get their hands up on defense.
No doubt what he wants when he wants it is there. 75-62, 13-point lead now for Massachusetts after Lou Rowe hits the free throws. UMass and the man-to-man, they were going to go to a matchup zone a little bit today, but they haven't done it. Tony Moore's shot won't drop, and when they don't shoot well, the Cajuns have a problem. Both Marty Fletcher said it to us. We need to shoot well. We need to have our shots drop because we do take a lot of them. A save, no backcourt violation. Still a 13-point edge for UMass. Allen for 3. Great feed and an excellent block by Tony Moore. So the Cajuns will come back with it. Todd Hill comes back for USL as you look at Tony Barbee. And Cedric Macchione also coming back in.
I think he wants some activity at the defensive end.
Let's see. I think he wants those hands up. Yeah, that's the ticket. Still a 13-point lead for Massachusetts. Now 5 minutes left to go. A little over 5 minutes. And the good shots are hard to come by for the Cajuns. First meeting ever between these two teams. And
offense is stagnant right now. Got to have more movement for USL. The stationary offensive end is very easy to defend.
Allen gets in position for a 15-footer, and he makes it. 13 points for Michael Allen. And he came in here averaging 22, so he is below his season average, obviously. The leading scorer in the Sun Belt Conference right now.
Look how active Williams is inside. Really does a good job working without that basketball. Puts himself in good position to get the entry pass. Very, very active in that paint area.
Almost losing the handle is Malloy. Can't quite get the finger roll, and Boudreaux comes down with the ball. Well, UMass 4-1 in their conference, the Atlantic 10, 11-4 overall. Looking to make it 12-4 if they can hang on here. Good drive and the basket, which will go. No basket. Basket does not count. Prior to the basket, Mike Williams gets the foul.
Facetiously talking about the imbalance in the fouls was Marty Fletcher. UMass already in the 1-1. It has been for some time.
And they will give it back to the Cajuns. .351 left. It's an 11-point lead for UMass. And they need a good shot here, does USL. Starks won't go. A three-pointer by Allen. Yes!
Well beyond the 19-9 three-point.
That was a pro three-pointer and then some. So 75-67. An 8-point bulge.
At 3:25, enough time to get it done still.
Plenty of time for the Cajuns. And they almost get a steal. Harper Williams. He's got 21. And boy, his third game back after the broken hand, he continues to be hot. Byron Starks. And boy, he has had a tough shooting second half. And that's hurt the Cajuns, but then they have all shot poorly. Three-pointer by Williams, no. And Boudreaux, another rebound. Bad pass, and Williams picks it off. And then a foul by Boudreaux. Williams will go for three. And that is 5 fouls on Carol Boudreaux. He's out of the game. What a sequence there. A big one for Massachusetts.
Well, it's a 10-point game. USL's got the ball. They're going the other way. Poor outlet pass. And now a three-point opportunity.
Scoreboard has them up by 12 now, 79-67.
Again, it was a 10-point play. The basket's going to count, and a three-point opportunity for Mike Williams. USL with a chance to cut it to 8 or 7.
Well, on ESPN, boy, you will see every conference that you want. If you like whatever conference you like, you're going to get it. On Big Monday, you see the lineup. Super Tuesday, Wednesday jam session. Whatever you like, you got it right here on ESPN.
Source for college basketball.
I'll tell you. And where's your next game, John? Where are you going?
Going west. Going out to the WAC.
And this in fact, is the 100th game of the season on ESPN. I'm honored to do the 100th game of the season with you.
Still plenty to go. Likewise.
105 left in this season. You're going to be bleary-eyed by the time the season is over, but we're seeing some great games like this one. 80-67, UMass with a 13-point lead. Michael Allen
got to pick up full court.
11.
Surprised they didn't pick up full court that time. Need some pressure and some turnovers. Because from here on out, UMass, when they're fouled, they'll shoot 2 free throws. USL beyond that 10-team foul rule.
Allen now with 18, approaching his average of 22, but oh, nice steal. Wide open, Griggs takes one too many dribbles. Malloy the other way, it won't go, and the tip won't go for Williams. That's Griggs, great hands. That's Macchione, Starks jams it, it won't go. It's a little ragged. But Harper Williams says, I'll set things straight. Williams poured in his 23rd point, a three-pointer by Allen. That may seal the fate of the Cajuns. 13-point lead with 1:33 left.
Going to be tough now. Had a couple opportunities. Again, when they had a chance to cut it to 8, that bad outlet pass. Never able to recover from that.
Well, UMass is going to put this building to bed in the right way for them. Apparently winning the last game here at the Curry-Hicks Center, the Cage. They'll move on to the Mullins Center. And they have, in their first meeting ever with the Raging Cajuns, look like they're going to come away with a win.
From here forward, they will be cageless.
And Rowe puts an exclamation point on it with that jam. What an excellent game. 16 points for Lou Rowe. Michael Allen gets 2, but put this one in the win column for UMass. Marty Fletcher wants a timeout. And for one of the last times, they're roaring at the Cage. We'll be back to finish it out.
Sir, I feel my contributions to the company have far outweighed my compensation.
Nah, he's not gonna buy that. Too corporate.
How about this? Sir, things are tight. I barely have enough for lunch.
Like you never heard of McDonald's?
You can make the most of your lunch money with a whole lot of the food you love in a McDonald's Extra Value Meal. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Hence the need, sir, for financial incentives. What do you think?
Ever consider just begging?
I'm State Farm Agent Jeff Libby. One of the most gratifying parts of my job is helping young parents, people who are just beginning to understand what life insurance is all about. Young couples don't need a sales talk. They just need to talk to someone who understands them and their life insurance needs. Now, I know what that promise of security means, and I don't believe there's a better promise a parent can make.
State Farm sells life insurance.
We return to Massachusetts. Al Bernstein along with John Albright. You see the score 84-71. Massachusetts with only 47 seconds left to go. Looks like they are going to close things out in this building with a win. Rose Rowe, boy, did Lou Rowe have a good night tonight. 16 points and about 11 boards. He was strong, John.
He certainly was. And the rage in the Cage about to explode here.
Well, the Raging Cajuns would have liked a better effort. Their record is going to slip to 12-7. UMass will be 12-4. And both these teams will go back to their conferences. All the remaining games for USL are conference games. And as they put a closer on this, there's a foul on Tony Moore. Only 30 seconds left to go. A lot of emotion tonight, and there's always emotion in this building, but more tonight. And that man, John Calipari, was worried, wasn't he, about the way his team was playing?
He was very concerned. The last couple of practices was not pleased at all with his team's performance, worried that the intensity wasn't there. But in the second half, I think their defensive play much better in the second half, and they made the plays that they needed to. But it'll be interesting as they move to the new facility. They'll lose some of the intimacy that this smaller version has, and there's not many of these type places left in college basketball.
And in the bigger building, they will get a lot more people in there, but as you say, we'll lose some of what made this place special. Michael Allen gets some points. He has been the major offensive weapon in the second half for USL. Lou Rowe will come out of the ball game, and boy, I'll tell you what, as Derek Kellogg comes in, Lou Rowe with a terrific ball game. Performed extremely well, both in scoring and on the boards.
He grew up a lot also when Harper Williams was out with his injury.
Just a sophomore. Michael Allen gets him. And so with just seconds remaining, what started here in 1931 is going to end tonight. And it'll end on a note that would make all those folks happy that used to crowd in here in all those years. Well, little dipsy-do doesn't work for the Cajuns.
Double dribble call on Moore that time.
And this crowd warming to the moment.
Marty Fletcher sensing that's going to go ahead and shake hands with John Calipari with 5 seconds to go. Get out of here quickly. Well, John Calipari wants to make a call. He's right in front of us. He's going to go on the PA system and make an announcement to the crowd.
They want to make sure the fans don't rush this floor.
Time out. Guys, listen now. Again, I'm going to tell you. Greatest fans in the world. Greatest band in the world. Listen. Oh, please. We're still practicing here. The women still play here. The cage is going to be here another 60 years. Don't screw it up and mess up this floor, the backboard, the rims, or anything. You've been great all year. Classy fans, the best in the country. Don't screw it up.
John Calipari appealing to these fans. And the game is over. Even with a few seconds left, they've decided it is over. 84-74. And UMass goes out a winner here at the cage. And this crowd didn't exactly heed his advice, but hopefully they'll be well behaved as they storm onto the court. It is the last men's collegiate game that will be played here. The women's team here will play. So it has been 62 years of some great basketball here in this building. It comes to a close tonight with Massachusetts winning 84-74. For John Albright, I'm Al Bernstein. Good night. Let's go back to Dan Debenham in the studio.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, gentlemen. Strange twist there in the final of that game. Then 3 seconds left, and they decide to call it as the final game, the rage in the cage for the men. The Massachusetts Minutemen is a win, 84-74. Let's go ahead and get you caught up. Now, UMass travels to Buffalo to play St. Bonaventure this Sunday. Tonight, not a good night for the Bonnies. 92-56, they lose. West Virginia went on a 20-0 rip to open up the second half. Well, the nation's longest current win streak belongs to Pepperdine. The Waves have won, I think it's 38 straight in the West Coast Conference. Friday night, they were hosting St. Mary's. Dana Jones waiting underneath for the pass from Brian Parker. He gets it, and he gets the tip. Waves by 3 at the break. Gales stay in there. They go inside to John Levitt with the dish to Brian Brazier for the slam. The Waves start to roll. Steve Guild with the left-handed layup right there, part of a 17-3 Pepperdine run. Gales coach Ernie Kent, not a happy camper at this point. The Waves are crashing. Jones on the outlet, the big slam, the 38th consecutive West Coast Conference win. Pepperdine wins it 65-52 is the final in that one. Let's go ahead and update you on a couple of more scores. Boise State and Montana State in the Big Sky. Boise State by 20. Boise State's Jermaine Harler-Brighton with 16 points in that one. Montana and Idaho State. Montana, a 1-point winner, 54-53. Gary Kane with 14 points. Montana was down by 9 with 12 minutes to go in this one, so they come back and win. St. Peter's against Siena. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. St. Peter's comes out strong, and they know what to do when they get the ball. First of all, Randy Holmes gets the ball off the steal, and then he will go all the way for the hoop. And then it's Oyengo Merriman with the block. Oyengo Merriman. That's Luis Arosa with the hoop at the other end. He had 13 and a half. Peacocks by 1 at the break. Second half now. Lee Matthews tells Brian Bidlingmeyer, that's Bidlingmeyer, I'll take over. He gets the block. Then he gets the hook shot. Siena's first lead, 49-47. The clincher comes with time running out. The wide open jam. Matthews finished with a game-high 17 points. They were dancing in the aisle. Siena wins this one 57-52. Hartford and Drexel. Drexel's a winner here, 80-68. Hartford's big man, Vin Baker, and he is a good one. He winds up with 39 points, 8 rebounds. He was 16 for 29 from the floor. Delaware and Vermont, 73-69. Delaware a winner. Delaware wins its 19th straight game at home. That is a school record. Columbia and Yale, 58-45. Columbia with the win. Yale only had 3 field goals in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Brown and Cornell. Cornell a 74-63 winner. Justin Treadwell with 15 points and 11 rebounds there for Cornell. Don't forget that tomorrow we've got Couple of games here for you. The main event starts at noon. DePaul at number 6 Cincinnati. Nick Van Exel averaging over 17 points a game. Southern Illinois at Southwest Missouri State at 2 o'clock. Ashraf Amaya, the all-time free throw leader in Southern Illinois history. Once again, though, our score tonight, UMass, the final win. The Rage at the Cage is a win, 84-74.
A small touch, a certain look. It's the little things that are worth the most. Which is why every Delta faucet gives you more than you'd ever expect for the money. Giving you the money for those things you can't even put a value on. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
22 Jam City, and I'm the mayor.
Yo, fellas, how about a game of hoops? Hey, what? With you? No, with your mama. Mom?
This guy was good, but he was all dribble.
Say what? Come on, man.
Man, he deserved one of these.
Franchise, wanna call Bud? Solid.
Welcome back. Some basketball news for you. This out of Logan, Utah. Utah State Athletic Director Chuck Bell announced Friday that basketball coach Con Smith will not be back as head coach next season. Smith is scheduled to complete this season with the Aggies. He's in the final year of his contract. His team right now a disappointing 6-9, 3-4 in the Big West. His overall record 59-70 up there in Logan, Utah. Once again, Cone Smith will not be back next season. Don't forget that Sports Center is coming up at 2:30 Eastern Time. Make sure and stick around. But our final score here, the Massachusetts Minutemen by 10 over Southwestern Louisiana. College basketball here on ESPN. We'll see you, everybody.
ESPN's NCAA basketball has been brought to you by Alka-Seltzer. For the way you live today, you'll feel better fast with Alka-Seltzer. And by McDonald's. What you want is what you get, guaranteed at McDonald's today.
Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. United. Come fly the friendly skies.
In this edition of the Best of Muscle Magazine, the Cincinnati Fitness Festival, where a fitness legend swept the Fitness America pageant, and one of the Midwest's best bodybuilders came out of retirement to clean up at Musclemania. Then, a blast from the past, as Florida's massive Ivar Soleil shows proper form on some of bodybuilding's most abused exercises. And before communism fell in the Soviet Union, bodybuilding was an outlaw activity. In 1989, Muscle Magazine was led to an underground gym in the Moscow suburb of Lubersy to witness the secret world of the lubers. Let's join our host, Rod Steele.
Hi, we've got a great show for you today. Not only with the Muscle Mania, but a Valio workout showing proper form and secret Soviet gym footage. So get out a carb drink as we bring you another 30 minutes of the Best of Muscle Magazine.
They said no one could win 8 straight Olympias. And I said, watch me. I train harder, ate smarter, and use Twin Lab supplements. Here's the latest from the greatest. Mass Fuel from Twin Lab. I helped develop Mass Fuel, so you know it's totally awesome. Get my Mass Fuel drinks and bars, all my complete Mass Fuel kit, and show the world what you can do.
Where in the world can you find a castle, tigers, the black hole, glamour, romance, neon, a volcano, more neon, others. A cabaret, a tropical island, more romance, and superstar after superstar after superstar, only in Las Vegas.
Always on my money, Las Vegas.
It's gone. But it isn't.
Here's strong medicine in a cough drop. Extra strength Vicks. With Vicks Vapor Medicine so effective, it'll relieve your cough and help your scratchy throat and stuffy nose feel better, even after the drop is gone.
Do you find yourself tired too often in the morning, during the day at work, at night while it's still early? Let General Nutrition Centers energize you the natural way. With Quick Shot Energy Pack, a powerhouse of energizing nutrients in one easy-to-take pack. All natural invigorating herbs, plus bee pollen, ginseng, and more. Quick Shot for fast energy. For all your health needs, visit General Nutrition today. Your #1 energy source, GNC, naturally.
You can't hang on to old victories, or you'll never do better.
This stuff is not the old way. It gives me soft, manageable hair without a lot of fuss.
Pert Plus. Great hair. No fuss.
Ohio is the heart of bodybuilding in the Midwest, with luminaries like John Ferrillo, Matt Mendenhall, and David Dirth. Then the Fitness Festival came to Cincinnati and changed the way Buckeye bodybuilding contests were staged.
The high-paced extravaganza known as the Fitness Festival made its second stop of its summer tour in Cincinnati, Ohio. As usual, the lighting and sound system rivaled that of a rock concert, and the stage was set for a day of music, motion, and muscle. Thanks to competitions like the Fitness America pageant, fitness competitors are starting to get the respect they deserve. The women in Cincinnati had done their homework not only in the gym, but in the dance studios, aerobics classes, and a variety of other places. Here are the top 4 finalists from the Cincinnati event. Fourth place finisher Carrie Davis had won 2 swimwear competitions in 1989 and 1990, but this was her first attempt at the fitness title. Preparing for this contest was a family affair, since her husband, Michael Looney, competed in the Muscle Mania event. Together, they own the Edge Gym in Canton, Ohio, where she also teaches step aerobics. Obviously, Carrie has made fitness a lifelong pursuit.
I wasn't prepared for this contest. I just came to watch the show, and I got talking to a few of the people here, and they said, why don't you do it? And I had my dress, and I had a swimsuit, because I was in a swimwear contest. So I said, okay.
Placing third was the youngest woman in the pageant, hometown favorite Melanie Cobb. Although she works as a hairstylist, she finds the time to train 6 days a week for 2 hours each day, combining weight training with cardiovascular conditioning. She claims to have an eye for fashion and style, and that came through in the outfits Melanie wore in each of the 3 rounds.
I enjoy working out and seeing the results, and I want to display it and more or less just get something out of it.
Runner-up was the multi-talented Ursula Buck Ames-Henry, an actress, dancer, and personal fitness trainer from Detroit. She's also active in gymnastics, swimming, and bodybuilding, training every day for top condition. Among Ursula's many victories are the Mrs. Michigan USA Physical Fitness and Ms. Elite Physique. She tours with a children's health and fitness show called Healthy Me, and was also a contender on the popular TV show American Gladiators. We're surprised Ursula was able to find the time to compete in this pageant.
I wake up in the morning and exercise. I take a jog every morning, and then I follow it out with a workout. I work my muscles, and it's just something that comes naturally every day to do, just like brushing your teeth.
The winner of the pageant was one of the fitness pageant industry's most accomplished competitors, Florida's Debbie Crutch. You may recognize her from her many appearances in muscle magazines such as Muscle Mag International, where she recently shared a cover with her boyfriend and training partner, Lee Apperson. Although Debbie was unathletic until her early 20s, she now trains an unbelievable 5 times every day, combining biking, stair running, and weight training to shape the physique that for 2 years has symbolized fitness to millions of women.
I feel that through the fitness competitions, it keeps me motivated through my workouts throughout the year. And also, when I compete, I'm also able to inspire rather than discourage other women to get into the gym, to train and retain that feminine quality as well.
With the Fitness America pageant complete, it was time to move on to what many in the audience had traveled hundreds of miles to see, the ultimate body battle in the tradition of muscle mania. First came the teenagers with some of the Midwest's most muscular young men. Even though fifth-place finisher Rob Beaudry has only been training for a mere 18 months, he has a solid 13 years of hockey, wrestling, and football behind him that gave him a head start in bodybuilding. In fourth place was Eric Gerber, a thickly developed student from Worthington, Ohio. His story is a familiar one. He began training with weights for high school football and got addicted to making gains. When he gets his contest preparation right, look out. When third-place finisher Henry Colon began training to look good for his girlfriend, his mother feared the 115-pound Henry would lose weight. She had nothing to worry about, since his gains never stopped coming from that day on. The former boxer was coming off a fifth-place finish at the NPCT Nationals and plans on putting a lot more size on for next year's season. Runner-up was Indiana's teenage bodybuilding guru, Andy Skinner. At 5'7", the powerful 18-year-old bulks up to a frightening 225 pounds, training with his friend Jerome Howard. He wrestled for all 4 years of high school and is also a National Merit Scholar. Look for Andy at the 1993 Teen Nationals. Unfortunately for the teams at the Cincinnati Muscle Mania, Eric Poehler had such a good time winning the Milwaukee contest that he decided to pay Cincinnati a call. Needless to say, the 242-pound Poehler walked away with the show with his tremendously thick physique. He wanted us to emphasize that he's done it all drug-free, and he hopes more teams will follow his example. Bantamweight winner Emmanuel Jagden got so pumped up from Muscle Mania, he set his sights on next year's USA Championships. The pharmacy student from Beckley, West Virginia, began training as a powerlifter to add mass. Lightweight runner-up Rick Zerbriggen was another Milwaukee competitor who decided to make the Muscle Mania double play. The former Mr. Colorado was a strong second place, and we're sure his wife and 12-year-old son Derek are happy to see him on television once more. After 4 third-place finishes and another 4 second places in 4 years of competing, Michigan's Ed Shafak-Hasse knew he was ready for a win. This steelworker's physique was forged through 7 years of training. And unless you saw him up on a scale, you'd never guess that Ed weighed in at 154 pounds. His excellent potential is just starting to show. Local legend Larry Schweer is well known in Cincinnati, both as a trainer and competitor, with an impressive list of female protégés who have competed successfully. He began training 10 years ago to counter his small stature and found that his super-fast metabolism made contest dieting easy. Middleweight winner Mike Looney successfully made the move up from the lightweight class, where he had won that division at the 1990 Ohio Championships. Along with his wife, Carrie Davis, he's the co-owner of The Edge Gym in Akron. His family wishes he would ease up on all the contest dieting that has consumed a major part of his 5 years of competing. As a child, light heavyweight runner-up Mike Leigenauer read the infamous Charles Atlas ads in comic books and dreamed of having muscles. The Perillo performance advocate became a teenage sensation, winning the Teen Indiana and placing runner-up at the Teen USA after just 1 year of training. He now works as a personal trainer and a repo man, and you can be sure he gets what he goes after. Although he seems like a rough character, he has some heartfelt advice to kids thinking about getting into bodybuilding.
The big thing I would stress is to anyone is leave your ego at the door. When you come into the gym, just leave your ego outside. The biggest problem I see with young people is they go in and try to bench press, the house. That's always the typical question, how much do you bench? And it doesn't really make any difference. It doesn't make you a better bodybuilder, and it doesn't make you a better person. It just means how much can your joints stand for a limited amount of time.
Not much has been heard from Jeff Lauber since 1989, when he won the Mr. Ohio and placed 8th at the USA. He started thinking about Muscle Mania last year, and it brought him out of retirement with a vengeance. His trademarked size and hardness were better than ever. Jeff is the owner of the Powerhouse Gym in Troy, Ohio, where he sees a lot of bodybuilders just starting out.
You can't get discouraged because it's not going to happen overnight. It's just a matter of putting in year after year after year and being consistent with it, and with your nutrition and your training, combining all that together, and it's just basically a time game. So if you got the time and the willpower and the drive to train, anybody can put size on.
Who says bodybuilders aren't real athletes? Not only is Chuck Campbell a massive heavyweight bodybuilder, but he holds a black belt in Korean Taekwondo and played semi-professional football. Obviously, his 7 meals a day have helped Chuck to add a lot of size. And he made easy work of the heavyweight class. When it came down to the overall pose down, the crowd went crazy for former Mr. Ohio light heavyweight winner, Jeff Lawler. His freaky cuts and density made him look even bigger than the heavyweight, who outweighed him by over 30 pounds. It was no surprise when Jeff was announced as the overall champion of the Ultimate Body Battle and became another victorious muscle maniac. The Fitness Festival left Cincinnati with hundreds of fans already inquiring about next year's schedule. Will the Fitness Festival return? Have no fear, Muscle Mania will be back. For Muscle Magazine, I'm Chris Adams. You've heard about it in the gym and on the street. A way to know when all of ESPN's hot bodybuilding programs are on the tube. It's the Bodybuilder's Hotline. It's quick and easy. 1-900-PUMP-IRON for just 99 cents a minute. You'll always know when to watch for ESPN's programs like Muscle Magazine, the best of Muscle Magazine, and all of the special one-hour events like the USA Championships from Muscle Beach and the Mr. Olympia.
Up next, a Miami legend demonstrates correct lifting form. Don't miss it.
Get up, get going. It's ESPN's Midday Workout. Don't get stuck in the same routine. Change it daily on ESPN's Midday Workout.
Who decides the best plays and greatest athletes? You decide. ESPN honors all of sports with the American Sports Award, the ESPY, Thursday, March 4th, presented by General Motors and Reebok. Be involved. Watch the next Sports Center.
Although he has since retired from training and competition, Florida's Aver Sally was one of the nation's most massive amateurs in 1989. Here, the 250-pound sensation demonstrates proper form with some exercises that bodybuilders tend to cheat on.
The difference between training and training correctly comes down to one essential factor, form. And though it may seem like a little word, it makes a big difference in the final results attained. Today, we'll go through a number of different exercises with Iver Soleil as he prepares for the upcoming men's nationals. And since Iver has such an incredible chest, let's begin there with a very popular movement, the flat bench press. Notice how wide a grip Iver takes, and also the isolated movement as he brings the bar to his neck instead of to his chest. This movement is also known as the guillotine, and you can see why, because it stretches the pecs fully and with the elbows pointed outward, isolates that inner chest. Another movement often performed incorrectly is the dumbbell fly. And again, notice the use of a full range of motion, completely stretching the pecs at the bottom and rotating the dumbbells inward to help contract the chest fully at the top. Iver actually overemphasizes the movement to really burn the upper and overall pecs, and he squeezes the chest muscles together, making a point to not use his shoulders or delts in the process. Cable crossovers are another exercise where you have to concentrate on squeezing and isolating the inner pec muscles. Remember, the key behind all of these exercises is strict, proper form, and Iver often pauses at both the contraction and stretch points of the movement, keeping constant tension on the muscle group throughout. The same theory applies to all body parts. For instance, the triceps, and probably its most commonly performed exercise, the tricep pushdown. Use a medium grip with the elbows in close to the body. This assures that the tricep itself, and primarily the rear head of the muscle group, remains isolated and performs all of the work. With the tricep extension, turn the elbows slightly outward to hit the outer head of the tricep. Don't swing the weight. Instead, control it throughout the full range of movement. Once you understand the proper form, the actual movement remains the same for all exercises. A concentrated and fluid movement with a full contraction and a full extension. When you perform more unique exercises like this variation of the concentration curl, form is all the more critical. This curl is also done with cables, but the dumbbells tend to really isolate the bicep and give shape to the muscle. The elbows remain